everyone. Welcome to another week. This week is our last week here in these studios. Yeah, we'll be moving this week. We're working on all of that. And by the time you watch this, we'll be out on our travels, living our digital nomad life.
Yeah, so no more of this background. We'll be in a different place every time. I mean, it's a pretty big change, so we're pretty excited about it.
So, for content this week, our new content is our podcast, and it's about how to do well in a hot market.
Yeah, so it's really how to compete in a hot market, and we're going to cover 6 tips in there on how you can compete in this hot market. I think the ingoing assumption, or maybe you're hearing from your investor agent that it's impossible to find deals in this market, but people are doing it, and we're still finding deals as well. So we cover some important tips to help you find your next deal.
Yeah, the key is there's always inefficiencies in the market. Real estate, there are always good deals to be had. So keep being persistent and looking for sure. And this, I wanted to draw attention to a previous classic article that we wrote about how to survive a downturn, because I figured if we're in a hot market, we should also talk about a downturn.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a really important topic because it's a pretty long run in terms of we haven't of course, we had the COVID recession, but that recession didn't have an impact on the real estate market like the last downturn. So from the real estate perspective, real estate has continued to be hot. And that's why we talked about that other article. But yeah, it's really important, I think, in these times to also be thinking about what could happen if there's a downturn and how to prepare for it.
Or when there's a downturn, because there
It's true.
definitely will be. And so we always want to think, yeah, everything's going great. Let's look at the upside, but let's look at the downside too and make sure we're preparing for it. So that's why I paired these two articles together. In real estate news, we're still working on due diligence for our 42 units, still looking out there for another deal. Part of what we're going to do in Las Vegas is look for a short-term rental. So there's a lot going on, and we are excited to share it with you. So for those of you watching in the next 2 months, we're going to be in Hawaii and Las Vegas and Austin. So if COVID allows, we would love to see a bunch of you, but we'll just kind of play it by ear because I know things are a little bit crazy out there right now. We'll talk to you next week from Hawaii.